Hello everyone and welcome to my channel On the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. Today is no exception, so let's find out what's been on the hook. Well, as you can see, I am wearing my Highlander sweater. Finally, after months of working through this particular sweater pattern, I am finished with the Highlander sweater. I hope you like it. It's going to be out on Etsy tonight or tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. I don't know when. I finished the sweater, but I haven't finished the pattern just yet. I have some details to put in it, so it'll be out there soon, and I will probably let you know on Instagram. That's a little bit easier for me to communicate by Instagram. I can just whip something out on my phone, and I don't have to get my camera out and videotape and do the editing and all that. So I might be communicating a little bit by Instagram. So if you're not on Instagram yet, go out there and follow me. It's not hard to do. It's free and it's fun. And I've had a lot of people follow me all of a sudden after, I think I announced it on Friday, and I've had fun reading your comments, and thank you so much for joining there. That's another social platform that I've had some fun with this week. So thank you for going out there and for supporting me on Instagram. I do appreciate it. How was your weekend? I hope it was good. I hope it was wonderful. I'm actually filming this on Sunday night. I have to be out of town on Monday, and Tuesday I'm having a meeting here, so I really am not able to do any more videoing until probably Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday. And I didn't want to wait that long. I wanted to go ahead and do my Monday video like I always do, and this will be a giveaway video as well. I have some things that I am going to give away this week, and I wanted to show you what I've been working on. So I finished my Highlander sweater, like I said, and I'll stand up and show it to you. This is a very boxy sweater, okay? Very, very boxy. It's got, I'd say it probably has 8 inches of ease. I'm sorry, well, 8 inches on each side. There are probably 4 inches extra on each piece, so that would be 16 inches of ease. There's some patterns that say 10 inches, 12 inches, 15 inches of ease. Mine has 16 inches of ease. That's a lot of ease. But this is also a very spongy yarn that I use. This is the Highlander yarn by James Brett. I've talked about it way too many times. This is how much I had left from the original yarn, so I did not need to order more yarn, even though I did. If y'all have been following me, you know I've been waiting for that yarn to come. I didn't want to finish the sweater, and I finally finished the sweater, and I had this much yarn left over. So I actually had enough to do it to begin with. And so that yarn may find its way into a giveaway in a week or two, but not today. I've got something else planned for today, but that's what I had left. There are probably 5 yards on there, maybe, if that much. So I want to tell you a little bit about what I did with this. It's obviously made with a chunky yarn, and that's a number 5. I used an L hook, which is let me see how many millimeters, 8.0 millimeters on this particular clover hook, the pink one. And of course I chained up with an MN hook, which is the next largest one. It's the 9.0 millimeter, and it's kind of the orangey color clover hook that I use to chain up for my back fabric and my front fabric as well. And I did my trim in an L hook too, because I didn't size down for my trim hook, because I'll tell you what I did for the trim. Around the neck I did a row of single crochet, and then on top of that I did a row of single crochet, reverse single crochet, and that's single crocheting backwards. And I don't know if y'all have ever done that before, but all you do is, instead of going into the next stitch for a single crochet, you go backwards to the stitch right in front of where you are, and then you yarn over, pull the hook up, pull over the 2 hooks just like you do a regular single crochet, and then you go back into the next stitch to the right. If you're right-handed, you go to the next one on the right all the way around. And what that does is it kind of twists the yarn, and it gives the the edging kind of a lumpy feel. It's a nice finish for this type of yarn. I really like it. And I did the same thing on the sleeves. If you can see that, I did a row of reverse single crochet around the edge. And I also put a cuff on these, about 4 or 5 rows of half double crochet after I had decreased all the way down to the cuff, which is very, it's not tight, but it was a fitted cuff. So I did a fitted cuff, and then I did a row of reverse single crochet right along the edge, and it turned out perfectly. I will show you. It is not hard to do sleeves. I had somebody say, I don't want to do sleeves. Well, sleeves aren't hard. Once you learn how to decrease them from this point down to the cuff, I tell you in the pattern how to decrease. It's not like you have to guess or anything, but this one started out really big. See, I'm way under here. So it started out with all that ease, about 4 inches there. The sleeve started here, and I crocheted the sleeve all the way down, decreasing all the time. Every half double crochet row was a decrease. Now there are some triple crochet rows in this fabric, and I know if I've shown you that, if you can see it, I'll pull it apart a little bit so you can see. See those 2 rows there are trebles. These are trebles. So the whole sweater, it has trebles and half double crochet. That's really how it's made. See, there's a row of trebles going down there. I bought a chartreuse turtleneck on Amazon for $10. It was cheap. But to wear under this sweater, it's perfect. It's very comfortable, and it's the perfect color. And they had probably 20 colors of this thing. And I'll see if I can dig out the link of where I ordered this. The name of the company, I couldn't even tell you the name of it, but it's not a name brand or anything. But for this purpose, it's great. And I wore it this morning to church under a black jacket like I said I was going to do last week. And it was great. It was real comfortable, and the contrast between chartreuse and black was very nice. Wore a black skirt. So I've gotten some wear out of it already, and it only cost me $10. So that was money well spent. Anyway, this sweater has the binding around the neck and around both sleeves. Now, I've been a busy bee, I have to admit. I finished this sweater, and I've been wearing it around today. It's very comfortable. And I had to get some help to show y'all my other piece that I finished. I finished the other Highlander sweater, the one that I was making from the James Brett marble yarn. And I bought 3 of these. I used 2, and I used just a tiny bit off of this one. But it's the James Brett marble yarn, chunky size, which is their number 5. And on the ball, I think I told you this once, it was just hilarious. It's huge. It's all acrylic, just like this Highlander yarn. And it's machine washable, 341 yards on the ball. So I used 341 times 2 plus, 20 yards off this, maybe 20. So it doesn't take that much, but it's also chunky yarn, so it's really, really large. I used the same hook size on this one. And Crystal's going to help me here because I didn't want to go and change and put the other one on. So I put it on Crystal. I'm going to let her model it for you. Here she is. Isn't she pretty today? She has on my James Brett Marble Highlander. And I've got a brown turtleneck on Crystal here. And this is the sweater. And it turned out really nice. It's actually a little bit lighter than the one that I have on as far as weight. This sweater weighs 1.5 pounds. I actually weighed it last night in my husband's office. I said, I've got to weigh this thing. It weighs 1.5 pounds. So it's warm and it's really comfortable. But it's a boxy sweater. It's got a lot of yarn in it because it's big. And you certainly don't have to make it that big. In fact, if I ever make another one, which I might, I've already made it twice now, I might make it a little bit tighter to my body, a little less ease. Maybe instead of 16 inches, I might cut it in half, make it 8 inches of ease around, all the way around. So total all the way around. Anyway, let me just show you this real quick. This is made in the same exact measurement as the one that I have on. It's the same measurement. It's really, really big. She's, got 16 inches of ease out here. But I wanted to show you the neck, and I don't know if you can see this, but I did the reverse single crochet around the neck. I also did it around the sleeves. I've got this turned up. It's kind of cute the way I turned that up. It looks cute on Crystal. But I did this on the sleeve as well. And if you can see that, that is the reverse single crochet all the way around with the 4-inch or 3.5 inch or 4-inch cuff on the sleeve. So it's kind of a different way I did it. I made it basically like the one I have on. Now, one thing I did do that was different was that I put the binding around the bottom. I did not do that on this green sweater because, first of all, it was just getting so heavy. I didn't want to put any more yarn in it. I knew I probably didn't have enough here, and I just didn't want to break out another skein of yarn. Honestly, it looks fine without the binding on it, but I finished this one first, and I put the binding on it, and it looks nice with the binding around the bottom. That's the reverse single crochet all the way around the bottom. So that looks pretty good. And it gives it a nice finish on the bottom, but it wasn't necessary. And you can make the judgment, if you make one of these, you can make the judgment if you want the binding around the bottom. I do recommend it around the neck though, because this will tend to stretch over time because it's a heavy sweater. So you want it to be tight around the neck. And I did use the L hook, the fabric hook, to make the trim. I did not size down for it because I didn't want it to pull in too much. And it worked out just fine. I used an L. You could certainly size down on it though to see if it lays okay for you, but this one was just fine. So I just did it with an L. So the neck is also, it's the same. This is a reversible sweater front to back. The back is made exactly like the front. The neckline is the same in the back, and I took it down to a little bit of a square neck. You can't really tell that much about it being square because it kind of rounds over a couple of rows of crochet, but it's okay. I did do some decreasing at each corner to keep it a little bit square, but it didn't turn out to be terribly square. You can see it a little bit better in the front, that it has the square neckline right there. You know, it's not very definitive, but it is square. So I thought that I would just do the back the same way, because if you only shape the front, if you just give it a little bit of an opening, then it might be too small to pull over your head. So I did the same thing in the back. I came down just a little bit just to give it plenty of room to get your head through, but not so much that you have a big scoop neck. So that's how I managed that. And the sleeves are also on this one quite large, but I did decrease down quite a bit to the cuff. So the sleeves are fitted. I consider that, thank you, Crystal. The sleeves are fitted. They are not big and bulky, loose and floppy, if you can see that. I really didn't want that because the sweater itself was so big. It's a big sweater, but it's kind of fun. I guess you could probably dress it up with a nice collared blouse. You could do that, or wear black under it. That would really dress it up with a black skirt. That would look really pretty. So you can wear it all different ways. And like I said, I'm not through with the pattern yet, so it'll be out on Etsy. It may not be till Wednesday, I don't know. When I release it on Etsy, I will go out on Instagram and announce that I'm doing that. So if you keep an eye on that, when I post on Instagram, you'll know that it's out there. And if you want to take a look at it, that'll be fine. Another thing I've been doing, I'm making my last cowl of the year. I have another one that I'm going to release probably Saturday, and I really, really like it. It's so beautiful, and it's done in a different kind of stitch than I normally use, and it's not difficult, but I wanted to wait till next weekend because I'm releasing this one in the next day or two, and I thought I would wait till next weekend to release the cowl. But it's called the Kimberly cowl. It's named after my daughter, and I used some special yarn on it, so I want to show that to you. I guess I'll show it to you on Friday. I probably will. I'll just show it to you on Friday. Other things that I've been doing, I've also been working on my orange and black sweater. I showed it to you in several videos ago, and I'll hopefully have that on Friday. I don't know. It might be a stretch. I don't know. But I haven't even decided how I'm going to finish it yet, so it may be a little while before I get that one out there. But I have been working on it. I did finish these two pieces. I created a cowl and wrote the pattern for that. It's ready to go, and I'm almost finished with this pattern. So I have been busy, busy, busy. But that's okay. Sometimes I get on a breeze and I just start working, and I have lots of whips and I'm trying to finish them up. I really don't want any more whips sitting over there looking at me saying, finish me, because I have some other things that I want to do. I want to start my spring and summer patterns, and it's time for me to get started on that. So I'll be working on that. Now, today is Monday, and that is giveaway day, and I'm back on the horse here. I'm going to have 3 giveaways this week, and I hope that you'll join in by putting a comment down in the comment section of this video. I've been down in my craft room. I know y'all know that I do this quite often, but I went down there and I found a bag full of yarn that I didn't know I had, which, you know, it happens, and things that I probably won't be making up for a while. So I'm just going to go ahead and give them away. So giveaway winner number 1 will receive a ball of Shawl on the Ball, and this is Lotus Blossom. I love it, love it. I already made something. I made a couple of things out of this, and I've obviously had this ball left over because I noticed I wound some yarn around. I had probably started something and then I ripped it out. I didn't want to finish it. So this is a full Shawl on the Ball, and if you're not familiar with it, it's 61 cotton, 34% acrylic, and 5% sparkly. So this is the sparkle Shawl on the Ball. It's absolutely beautiful, made up. I made my daughter a shawl out of this, and it turned out so pretty, and it wasn't hard to make. It wasn't very time consuming. This is a number 4 yarn. I feel like it's less than that. Most everybody does that crochets. They always say, oh, Shawl on the Ball, that's a 3. And it probably is closer to a 3, but it's still a beautiful, beautiful yarn. Here's the colorway, if you want to look at that. It's got a little bit, let me get it up here. It's got a little bit of green and some pink shades. That's really all that's in here. And I like it because that makes it easier to look at. Frankly, there's the green right there in the middle. So I think it'll be really pretty. It's got a center pull all ready to go here. So winner number 1 will receive the Lotus Blossom Shawl on the Ball. Winner number 2 will receive Shawl on the Ball in the color Wind Chimes, and gorgeous blues, all blue too. Actually, let me look at the colorway on here. Here it is, it's all blue. Showing all blue and a little bit of, you know, light blue, but they're all blues. Beautiful Wind Chimes. And this is also a sparkle yarn, if you can see that. Really, really pretty. So winner number 2 will receive this Shawl on the Ball ball of yarn. Winner number 3, if you can believe this, I received this from Melody Crochet. She sent me a whole lot of things in a little bag, and I thought it was really cute. And I was going to actually use this. This is a book where you keep a record of your stash. It has the name of the yarn, what size yarn you're using. You just put an X over it, I guess. All about the yarn, what's in the yarn, how do you take care of the yarn, and how many yards you have, and how many skeins you have. I've brought most of my yarn up here to the office. I still have some downstairs, obviously. I've found some more Shawl on the Ball, but I do have some others down there as well that I'll probably be bringing up. But I don't really have a need for the book, and I'm going to give it away to winner number 3. There are actually probably 25 pages in here, would be my guess. So that's plenty to keep a record of your yarn. I just really didn't need it, but I thank Melody for sending it to me, and I'm going to pass it on to a lucky subscriber. Also, to give away winner number 3 will be a copy of Crochet Magazine. Now, believe it or not, this came to me, I don't know why. I've already had maybe 3 of these come in. I don't know why this one came in, but it was wrapped in plastic, and it may just be a promotion, I don't know, but it's the same magazine that I've been giving away. So I'm going to give this one away. I have a copy of it for myself, and I'm giving away all the copies that come in the mail. So here's another one that came in the mail. So giveaway winner number 3 will receive the little book, Yours a Lifestyle, for writing down your stash, and also the Crochet Magazine with all kinds of great patterns in it. You know, I've heard me talk about that. But I really like that magazine. Another one will be coming in pretty soon, I would guess. This is for spring 2020 though, so it may be a little while. I'm sure they'll have one for summer. So that's about it for today. If you want to be in the giveaway for one of the 3 gifts on Friday, go down to the comment box and write the word Highlander. 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 That's the name of the sweater. So write that in the comment if you want to be in the giveaway for Friday. And I'll be back on Friday and we'll pick the 3 winners for that. And I'll show you the new cowl at that time. So those are my plans for the week. I hope you have a wonderful week. And be sure to put a comment down below so that you'll be in the running for one of the 3 giveaways this week. So I hope you have a wonderful week. Join me on Friday to find out what's on the hook.